the Asian Avengers. So weak.
Asian Avengers. So weak. So fuckable, bro. You know? Whoa. There's 5 Asian guys together. Wow.
Together. Did you ever go through a stealing phase?
Do I think everyone should have a gun? Maybe.
Or you can look me up. I don't care. I'll fight you. I don't care.
You want to get high as fuck? You like opium?
Welcome back to another episode of Asian Not Asian Podcast, the podcast where 2 Asian guys not from Asia talk about American issues no American cares about. I'm your host, Fumi Abe.
And I'm Mike Nguyen.
Today is November 28th, a couple days after Thanksgiving. We hope you are nice and stuffed.
Yep.
And didn't eat turkey. I would not wish that upon everybody. Before we start the show, if you're listening to this on your phones, please take a screenshot, post it on Instagram stories, tag us at Asian Not Asian Pod. Word of mouth is the way we get bigger. Also, notice her drip today. Notice her drip today. We got Asian Not Asian merch on, guaranteed to make somebody suck your dick. So go ahead and go to AsianNotAsianPod.com/merch and order these for Christmas. Get it for your lovers. They're gonna love it.
Yeah,
man.
Love it. Get it.
I had Thanksgiving anxiety again because you remember that one episode where I told you my sister was coming over and my girlfriend was cooking for them.
Yes.
And I was like really nervous.
That's a legendary story.
About the quality of the food
because she was gonna make like dips. And you were like super mad about that.
She was like pickling tomatoes or whatever. I was like, what are you doing? So this Thanksgiving, I had 2 friends over. So staying safe, just 2 people over. Yep. They're in my pod. And they're both Asian, right?
Yes.
And they're one is straight from Hong Kong. So her tongue has been training, right? Her tongue is just, her palate is advanced.
Under the waterfall of ginseng, whatever, just the tongue just training so strong.
And then the other guy is, he's half Filipino, half white, but he grew up in Hawaii.
I know that dude, and he loves food.
He loves food.
He's a crazy foodie.
And he grew up in Hawaii, so he knows Japanese food. You cannot fool this man. You know what I mean? Like, this is a guy who grew up, they sell rice balls at the 7-Eleven gas station. You know what I mean? Like, he's been training for years on Japanese food. And so the reason why I bring this up is because we want to make Japanese food for them instead of eating turkey. And they're like, this is going to be great. And here's a little secret. Yes, I shit on my girlfriend sometimes, but she makes all the Japanese food in the house. Oh. What happens is I make it once and I'm like, look how I did. Look, watch me do it. and then she just does it. And then I have the balls to critique her food.
That's just a true Asian dad move. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if your dad ever helped you with homework. Did your dad ever help you with math homework?
A couple times.
I was afraid of asking my dad for homework because he's a really smart guy. He's just a postal worker, but he's like a genius, and he's really good at math. And every time I would go up to him and be like, "Hey, can you show me long division?" He would show me some technique that like the teacher didn't show him. Yeah, he'd showed me something that he learned in Vietnam, and he would just go like, "Oh, you do that, you move the 2, and blah blah blah," and he would get to the right answer in like 2 seconds. Yeah, and then he would just like hand it back to me, and then like keep watching like the game. Yeah. And I'm just like, fuck, how did he do that? Yeah. And so I was always afraid, and that's what you did with like, see this tonkatsu I just did? You do it. Yeah. You ever ask me a question, I'll fucking do it.
Yeah. So I was really nervous because it's my girlfriend who was trained under a shitty Japanese master, aka me, making food for these 2 Asian folks with advanced palates. But she did a great job. Yeah. They were like, this is really good. Nice. And they took some home. That's a good sign. That's when they asked for the food.
Yes. What did you make?
We made tonkatsu. We made gyoza from all this from scratch. Whoa. And she's actually good at the folding thing. Okay. When I make gyoza, I make it like empanadas. Yeah. Because I don't know how to do the fold
the little
thing.
crimping. Yeah.
I make it like empanadas, and then when I take a picture of it, and when people make fun of me, I'm like, haha, my white girlfriend did it. But it's really me. Okay, I'm making the empanada gyozas, and then we made potato salad, Japanese potato salad, and we made this other thing called kimpira, which is like burdock and carrots, and you just simmer it with sesame oil.
Oh shit!
It's really good. It's really, really simple. I actually think it's probably like Chinese inspired. I'm sure they have something like that. But it's super good. They dug it. They took that shit home. And so I gotta say, shout out to my partner, very good job. But I was so anxious during the whole day.
Really?
Like, yeah, dude. Because again, when you feed Asian people, it's a talent show. Oh, right? It's a talent show, and you don't want to be at the talent show who gets like the participant. No. Yeah, you did your best. I don't want to hear that.
You definitely want to. It's the dance battle.
It's the dance battle,
especially because you guys are all like different kinds of Asians.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because Chris Flynn. Oops, sorry, I said his name. Yeah. So Chris came out and he's going to be like doing a windmill, aka like lamb chops or whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then his girlfriend comes out and she's going to be making some sort of spicy meatball. You know, and she's doing a head spin. Yeah. And then you got to show up.
You gotta show up
with
you
your
show
food,
up.
your people's food.
I know. But the argument always goes back to like, well, if you're so afraid, why don't you just fucking make it? I'm like, well, I don't want to do that.
I'm very concerned with honor, but I'm also concerned with not doing shit. I love it. I love it. I love too that's really the Asian move for Thanksgiving is you know, I feel Asian people came to this country. We didn't have the whole understanding of what Thanksgiving is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We were just like, what? Pilgrims? I don't understand. We're also kind of like immigrants. So we got here. But what we took away from Thanksgiving is just eat a lot.
Yeah.
And we're like, got you. We can do that. And then what happens is then you just end up making whatever the fuck you want and doing that. It's like, okay, let's just go crazy. These Americans have no morals, and let's go nuts. Because like in Asia, you can't eat everything all the time, but here you can.
Yes.
So I feel whenever Thanksgiving for my family is, we will actually have turkey.
Yeah. But it's not the main.
It's not the main because we throw. It's like you go around the room and say, "What does everybody want?" And somebody's going to be like, "I want egg rolls." Done. Okay, what do you want? Okay, I want lobster. Got you.
Yeah.
What do you want? Okay, I want congee. We always have congee. We have.
Oh, okay.
We have everything.
Yeah,
and it's like the fucking Caesar's Palace buffet of Thanksgiving. 'Cause it's like every single thing, and there's also turkey. Because that's America.
It's a little shout out to America. Yeah.
That's really, it's a little
really
America
funny
section.
My family did that too. We always had like just a plate of turkey, just like sliced. Like we didn't do the whole like center of plate picture worthy. It was just like a little shout out.
Yeah.
Like a little cameo, a little extra in this movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, we did always do that, and we'd eat it with chopsticks and be like, I guess this is what they eat. And go back to hot pot. Yeah, it's a good time.
It's
man.
crazy Americans.
But yeah, man,
sick.
Thanksgiving. It's been a pretty crazy week for you. I know, a couple weeks for you.
Oh yeah.
You had some crazy family shit that happened.
Yes, my grandfather passed away, so it's fine because he was quite old.
Yeah, I saw you posted something on Instagram. And you're like, like you put his name and you put like
1923.
Yeah, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
like that. So he was like in his 90s.
He's 97.
That's crazy.
He's 97.
Dude.
He was like in a bad way, like in his last couple of years. So he was getting along, and like it's good that he went because he was just sick. I mean, he wasn't sick. He's just old.
Old, yeah, almost a centurion is what they call it. Yeah,
dude. I mean, this dude, 1923. That is like, I don't know. I know you don't watch Downton Abbey, but it's like Downton Abbey. Like when he was born.
Yeah.
People were they didn't have, like, I think they probably had like 5 cars in Vietnam at the time.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the way up through World War II, all the way up through the splitting of the country, all the way through Vietnam War, gets to this country. All this. He went from no cars to OnlyFans porn all the way. From one end, that's crazy.
That is really crazy.
That is a crazy amount of like a time to be alive. Because like before that, there was a lot of innovation also, kind of like through different things. But to be a man,
it's like Model T times, bro.
Dude, being born, no antibiotics, all the way up to OnlyFans.
Did it have antibiotics? Is that new?
Probably pretty new.
Yeah.
Well.
Maybe like just came out.
Yeah, like that's the new thing.
Yeah.
Hey man, you guys try some of these antibiotics?
Yeah.
It's pretty
crazy, bro.
Yo, this shit's crazy. So that's like his whole life. And
97 years.
Yeah, he was 97 years old.
What's his name again?
His name is his American name. His like sort of like Catholic name was Vincent.
Okay.
His Vietnamese name was Phung.
Fun to win.
Yes, and
Shout out to
we called him
Ong.
That means grandpa.
Oh, okay.
So, dude, he was around forever, and like
did he have an iPhone by the end of his life? That's like, I mean, like, that's not that crazy.
He did not have an iPhone. He did have a cell phone. I mean, and that's the thing with him, is that he loved technology. He was like always a tech person. Like growing up, like his shit's, he was all crazy. He only lived to like 6th grade. I mean, not lived. He only like studied up to like 6th grade, and he was like, "Get to work,"
Yeah.
Hey, man, you're 10.
Yeah.
Get out there. So he's always like working.
When are you gonna start making your own family and making something out of yourself? Fuck. You fucking 10.
You think that
you don't even have pubes yet? Why don't you have your own company?
Yo, you think Tiger Moms are rough now? Tiger Moms back then were like, "Hey, listen, you're 10. You fucking lazy fuck. Get the fuck out there and make some money for this family. We are literally dying. We are starving to death. It is 1933.
Yeah."
You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, that's insane.
That's some real Tiger Mom shit. Okay, so he had to get out there and work. He had all sorts of jobs. He'd always tell me all these things. He was a photographer.
That's crazy though, because that's like to me, being a photographer is like a very privileged thing to be able to pursue the arts. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it was like at the time he, was like. It's like a very technical job too, He like learned a lot about that.
Well, I guess when it first came out, it was pretty technical.
It was very
like,
technical.
I just want a picture of my family.
Yeah.
Because they're dying of polio.
Yeah, exactly.
But now it's all like Instagram.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. There was no filters back then. They had to do all that shit. And then he was the head of the motor pool when he was in the army. He was in the Vietnamese army, and he was like all about like trucks, and he could fix anything. No matter what it was, he could always fix it. And so he's always interested in technology, and he was always like a very dapper dude. He like always dressed really nice. So it was like crazy. I mean, I feel, and when he got to this country, it just we always say like, what would we do if America eats shit and like we have to get out of here?
Yeah.
And what would you really do? And he went to another country, America, and he like became like a handyman because he could fix anything.
Yeah.
So that was like, it just like shows like how resilient like someone like this is. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you went, no matter where you dropped him, he's like, got to get to work. You know what I'm saying?
That flashback to that 10-year-old himself.
Yo.
Well, I'm 25 now, so.
I'm 25 now. Better have 3 jobs by now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, dude. I mean, it's tough, but like, he's in a better place now.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of like stories did he tell you?
Dude, okay. The craziest story, this is, I feel, in so many ways, like everything that was my grandpa. So we lived in Texas, right? And then he lived.
And when you guys moved here, your mom was and your parents were like in their 20s?
Yeah, they were in their 20s.
So that means he was probably in his like 40s?
Yeah, he was like in his.
So he was like pretty young.
He was pretty young. He was in his 50s,
yeah.
I think.
So he saw
50s.
like America transform.
Oh yeah. When he got here in 1975,
Yeah.
hey man, that was like. Fuck, what was happening?
Civil rights movement, all that shit.
Civil rights movement, smoking weed, baby.
Yeah.
From there all the way to OnlyFans. Once again.
He ends at He went from Jimi Hendrix to OnlyFans.
Yeah, man. Once OnlyFans came out, my grandpa was like, nope.
No, I can't.
This is too crazy, bro.
That's actually why he died.
Yeah, he's like, this is too much. Listen, I saw 3 wars in my lifetime.
Yeah.
This is nuts. I'm out. Yeah, so when he first lived here, he lived in he kind of settled like not in Dallas, but like kind of in that area, like out greater Dallas area. And he lived in this house, and we would go visit him. I still remember this house, and it was, I guess, in a bad neighborhood. I don't remember it. I always remember it being like nice.
Just grandpa's house.
Grandpa's house. Yeah. Okay, cute.
Well, because you don't understand like, poverty and shit.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
And it seemed like a fine house, but it was really bad apparently.
Yeah.
It was bad enough where my grandpa. Vietnamese viewers, we love being American, dude. As soon as we could carry a gun, we were like all about guns. My grandpa used to sleep with a gun in like not under his pillow, but like near his bed because he was like they got like broken into a couple times, and then he's like, man, these guys keep coming into my house, and so he asked his sponsor, which is like the American family who like supports you, kind of like
the refugees,
not financially, but just kind of. Is going to be like, okay,
it's like a community standpoint.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're gonna vouch for you guys. So he asked the sponsor, hey, can I put a bunch of pipe bombs inside of the backyard?
He did not say that.
Yeah. And the sponsor was like, no, Mr. Funk, you cannot do that. And my grandpa was like, damn. And remember him telling me this story.
Yo, wait a second.
Yo,
this is a bit.
And then I remember he told me this story, and I was like, Grandpa, teach me how to make a pipe bomb. And he was like, I am not going to teach you that. And I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get more. I was like, how would you do it? And he's like, oh, it's easy. You just take the pipe and you stick a little bit thing in it. And he's like, no, I'm not going to teach you.
Yeah, he wants to, so he does it like halfway.
Yeah.
No, I must stop myself.
I cannot teach you this. And I was like, damn, this is that Vietnamese mentality, just like, oh, we got some burglars. I'm going to put some landmines
bombs.
Down. Yeah. All over the fucking backyard. And so instead,
that's fucking crazy. How old were you when you asked him this? Like 10?
Well, I found this out later on. So I was like a teenager at this point. I was like, okay, I'm responsible enough to learn about pipe bombs.
Yeah.
Just teach me a little bit. And he was like, no. So that's the kind of like dude he was. He was like, I'm going to take it into my own hands. And by in my own hands, I mean literally pipe bombs and handguns in my own hands.
Yeah.
And like take care of this shit myself.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah. But we did the American thing, which was we just sold the house and moved away.
Oh, okay.
We're like,
eventually it was like capitalism for sure.
Yeah, we're like, no, let's go. So, yeah, man. He was a cool dude, man.
Yeah, I bring this all up because I did see a tweet recently that was something about, this is a Thanksgiving episode, by the way, guys.
Oh, okay. There you go.
This is even though it's over, it's about family. Okay, we're talking about family today. I saw a very interesting tweet that says something like, because a lot of people this year Americans are complaining about how they can't see their families because of COVID, and a lot of Republicans are saying, their messaging is like they are, as in like Democrats, are trying to take Thanksgiving away from us.
I did see. Did you see that stupid ass
Ted Cruz
tweet with
take this, or like come take this. Yeah, it's a turkey with a Texas star or something like that.
No one wants your dry turkey, dude.
Also, like very confusing messages. Like, does he want us to fuck his turkey? Like, come take this from me, or I don't know. I was just like, I didn't understand it first when I looked at it. Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no one's coming for your disgusting dry turkey.
You didn't even put like a nice item on there. I like hamburgers. If you put a hamburger,
maybe they'll come for your hamburger. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so then yes, exactly. So that's what they're saying.
So that's what they're saying. And this guy tweeted like, considering all this like messaging that's happening right now, he said not being able to see your close family members for holidays is like the immigrant / diaspora story.
Yeah.
And I never really thought of it like that. I have had New Year's because New Year's is like a big thing in Japanese culture and other Asian cultures.
Oh,
that's actually bigger in Japan
that's a huge
than
one.
Christmas.
Yeah, same for us. Yeah.
In fact, Christmas, if you and I grew up in Japan, Christmas, we'd go out and get drunk on Christmas with our friends.
That's tight.
And then we would spend New Year's with our families. So it's backwards. Right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can count how many times I've spent New Year's with my grandparents with one hand, maybe 5 times. In my entire life, and they all died, and it's really sad because that's like a big thing, and I moved here when I was 8, right? So by the time I was older and like ready to have more adult conversations, both of my grandparents, they got cancer and shit. They were like they were kind of out of it, and like they couldn't really, a lot of times I remember like going back and they would be like, oh, are you so and so? They would like name another cousin of mine.
Right,
they didn't know who I was,
yes.
or they would think I'm my uncle.
Yep.
My grandmother on my dad's side, he doesn't even know. Like sometimes my grandma thinks I'm him. He'll be like, oh, Hiro-chan.
Yeah,
because my dad's name is Hiroaki. And then like she doesn't even know who mom is anymore.
Oh shit.
So like it's like too late for me to have these like maybe they made pipe bombs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yo, man. Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's too late. I'm sure. I mean, when my grandmother died, it came out that she was like committing insurance fraud.
Yo.
So like I'm sure because again, I'm not condoning insurance fraud, but she is from Hokkaido. She grew up on the farm. She stopped going to school after middle school. She went to school with like the Ainu clan. You know what I'm saying? Like the Ainu clan, that's the indigenous Japanese people.
Oh shit.
Like the Indian. They look like Indians.
American
Indians. And that was her community, right? Like so to go from that to again OnlyFans. I remember she had a fucking iPhone and I never really stopped. She wasn't that old. She was like maybe 75 or something.
Yeah.
I never stopped to think about like, wow, to go from like that to an
like
iPhone.
Yeah, like clan living.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know how she lived. I bet you they didn't have indoor plumbing for a while.
For sure. I mean, my mom had an outhouse when she was younger.
There you go.
Yeah, because they weren't that rich. Yeah,
all the way up to OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So it's that's so important to have like all these stories. And one thing, what I really wanted to do, and I thought about this too late for my grandpa, because he started kind of going like in his 80s. So like
mentally?
Yeah, mentally. Yeah. So, but I want to get all the stories of my, aunts and uncles. They have crazy stories of just like one of their weeks in Vietnam is like already pretty intense,
Well, there was a war happening, so that makes sense.
There was a war happening, pipe bombs everywhere. So I wanted to get all these stories. And this is, I like to think that this stupid podcast, at the very least, is our version of like writing all these stories down. Sure, our stories are stupid.
Yeah.
You and I.
Yeah.
Dumb.
But like in the future when MP3s may not be a thing in 2050, but like they can listen to this.
They can listen to it.
If I don't have a relationship with my grandson, they can listen to this.
Yes, so they can listen to it, or 25 in the year, 38, 37, when there's like only like robots, and they wanted to know, hey, what did stupid humans talk about? We can listen to our shit, and they can hear the story of my grandpa who tried to make pipe bombs in his backyard.
Yeah, but I love the pipe bombs there because we have this image that like older people are very strict and they're like, they live by these rules, but like, I think we're all just human. When your grandpa was 25, he was probably checking out hot chicks in Vietnam. And like, you know what I mean?
Here's another story. When my grandpa was learning to be a photographer.
This is before the war?
Before the war, but he was in the military.
He was still in Vietnam.
He was in Vietnam.
Okay.
But they had to, and then I think he was like learning photography, but also like he was part of the Signal Corps.
What's that? What does that mean?
Signal Corps is like just all the shit the army needs to do to communicate, right? So like laying down telegraph lines or whatever the fuck it is, right?
Okay.
Hey, that's kind of like being a podcaster. You know what I'm saying? This is Signal Corps. Boom. It's all one lane thing.
Oh, shit.
When they had to train him.
Yeah.
They trained him by sending him to America. So my grandfather was in America. I don't know exactly when. This is before everybody came over.
Yeah.
This is like during, so he was here in America. My family, my mom wasn't the first to come to America. He came to America first.
This must be like 1904.
No, I think it was in the 60s.
Okay.
So it was in the 60s and he came here and he took a train from one end of the country to the other end.
Just for funsies or just part of his business trip?
I think both.
Okay.
So, and I think the military like kind of funded it. They helped him fund it. So I'm just like, dude, my grandpa was here and, he didn't, they didn't have Tinder at the time. But imagine if he had Tinder at the time. Just going
Bro,
from one end.
He smashed. Because, just
my grandpa was one dapper dude too, man, okay? Listen, I love my grandma. But hey.
Man has his needs,
I just don't know what those stories are. And like, that's so, there's so much shit about like, that's an HBO Max story right there.
Dude, I was thinking that when you said the pipe bomb thing, I was like, man, if he just grew up in 2000, like if he was born in 1989 like I was and grew up in New York and like maybe wanted to be like a writer or a comedian, he would have a fucking HBO Max before all of us. Like it's so interesting and he clearly has a point of view and his brand is bombs. Like that's kind of he's like a bomb Asian. Like
Mr. Fung, what can you tell us a little bit about your brand? Oh yes, it's in this bag right here. It's a fucking pipe bomb, motherfucker. Sign the fucking paper. Yeah, dude. So, I mean, he was so interesting. And, like, so, I don't know where all this is going. So, for Thanksgiving, it's like...
Maybe that's like a new tradition we can start, as immigrants. Like, I wish that maybe next time you get together on Thanksgiving, maybe you just go around and, like, tell a crazy thing that happened that year.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
That's a good one.
And that's way better than, like, talking about politics or whatever. Just, like... for me, like,
thing. Yeah.
Guys, I was in an open relationship. Isn't that wild?
Hey.
But like, just once a year, maybe my dad will finally tell me about his second family. I don't know. Like, I think it could be fun to just one thing that happened that year or in the past, and that's like a fun, forced way to pass stories down to your children,
Right. I like that. I like that much better than, because you ever do the thing where you like have to go around the table and say what you're thankful for?
Yeah, but like,
I hate that.
Fuck that shit.
I hate that
you're
shit.
like, I don't know, health. It's like, no. But I think this is a cool way because like I think for a lot of immigrant kids, we don't really talk to their family about the past.
Oh
right?
yes, word.
But instead of saying what we're thankful for, which is very like forward looking, I think a lot of immigrants are very forward looking, and that's why we do so well here. But like, we got to look back in the past.
They're the crazy casual shit my dad will drop on me, just like the most while watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be like, hey, what was it like in the war? And he's like, well, I'd be sitting there and my friend's head would explode and I would have to run away. And I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, get me another beer. And I was like, oh my God. Like, just a fucking Sunday, just dropping shit like that on me all the day.
Yeah, your grandpa put a bomb in my friend's head. Oh. Turns out he was a sympathizer.
Hey, Fumi, what's that, man? That looks good.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
Yo, it looks like really awesome corn fritters.
It's not. It's uni snack. Uni is sea urchin, bitch.
I got owned by the snack.
Yeah.
What's this though here? What's this thing here?
This little guy?
Yeah. Looks mad good. It's like a little mochi.
It's a little mochi snack.
Oh,
yeah.
Snap,
and
dude.
you know why you can't read it? Because it's from Japan.
Oh, dang.
Right.
Land of the mochi rising.
That's right.
That's in Wikipedia. Right. Wait, man, where'd you get all this from, man?
It's from a product called Boxu.
What's Boxu?
Boxu is an authentic Japanese monthly snack box delivered to your door.
Every box you purchase supports a small family-run business and keeps their tradition alive.
That's crazy that these people are making snacks for like 100 years. That's
dang,
like
dude.
That's insane.
Imagine that's your job.
That's your job.
Deliciousness.
What's inside the box, you say? Well, 20 to 25 premium sweets, treats, and teas curated around a fun cultural theme every month.
For example, they have traditional snacks like seaweed tempura or white chocolate infused strawberries or black tea donuts.
Whoa.
Dang, dude, you know.
The range.
It also comes with a cool culture guide that like tells you all about the products and flavors and stuff that's inside of it.
Yo, that's good because white people are always asking, what's in that? So this is for them.
Definitely for them, bro. Get your authentic Japanese snacks today by going to bokksu.com.
That's BOKKSU.com to experience the taste of Japan.
If you sign up for their mailing list, you get $5 off too.
That's bokksu.com. BOKKSU.com.
Yum.
Now, back to this.
Yum, 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 yum.
Let's move on to race news, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
This is really... haven't done race news on the regular show for a while.
Yes,
but again, if you're a huge fan of the show, please go to Patreon. We do have weekly race news on there, so definitely check us out. Do you want to introduce this?
Yeah, I think this is cool. This is an interesting one. So I got this headline. This is from BuzzFeed, but it kind of links back to Twitter. So I'll just read Twitter. I'll read this. So video of Hasan Minhaj saying he's hotter than Dax Shepard has gone viral for all the right reasons. Okay, and in what happened is Hisson went on
Vanity Fair,
and they have this little bit they do where they like tie up a celebrity, or they connect a celebrity to a lie detector, so and they ask him or her very personal questions. So they asked Hisson if is that, am I saying his name right? Hisson?
I think it's Hasan.
Hasan?
Yeah.
Okay, Hasan. They asked him about how I guess one time Dax Shepard rated Hasan and said that he's a 9 out of 10. Right, and what do you rate? And they asked Hasan, what do you rate Dax Shepard out of a 10?
Yeah,
and he said this really funny answer. He was very uncomfortable, and he was like,
first he opened with like, "That's not fair, man.
That's not fair, man. That's not fair." And he gave Dax as like a 6.57 or something like that, which is a hilarious answer. He was like
two decimal points.
you could see his thinking, because he was like a 6, that seems a little low, and then 5, that seems low, 7. So they put all the numbers right, all those numbers, the middle numbers right, all together.
Yeah,
and then the person who's asking the question is like, yeah, that seems a little harsh. And then Hasan replies with, I can read the whole quote. Dax is part of a thing where in show business, there's this whole movement of quote unquote approachable white dudes. Whereas with like men of color, it's like Idris Elba, Henry Golding, Zayn Malik, or you work in IT. There's no middle. You know how there's a whole class of white dudes, like schlubby white dudes who went to high school with me, but now they made in showbiz? There's no that for men of color. You have to like have a V-taper if you're going to be Asian. And he goes on. You should watch it. You can watch it. It's Vanity Fair. Look up Vanity Fair, Hasan Minhaj. And, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that he talks about in there, but this particular quote I think is interesting. We've touched upon this before, where it's like there is like there's no like regular, you got to be like super handsome, like hot guy, or you're
like
going
William
to be
Hung, Jimmy O Yang.
vibes. Or you're going to be like kind of a dork. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's totally right. I mean, even the way you kind of go. You could even be in the same in both categories at once. Like think about Kumail.
Yeah,
he went from dorky IT guy.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Jumped him up, just like
that was a pretty insane transformation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where there's not like he's just like a regular guy.
Yeah, his team sat him down to like, listen, you're getting a little too hot, but not hot enough. Yes. And so if you don't want to do this like chubby IT character thing, you have to go full on Avengers. And that's what now he's gonna be on a fucking not an Avenger, but a Marvel movie. Yeah. He went from open mics to Marvel movie. It's fucking insane. I totally feel this, and I think that this also extends to just how society works. I see, yeah. I mean, the joke here is that there's no Asian Seth Rogen, there's no Asian Jonah Hill, right? There's no like chubby, goofy Asian dude on TV, and also I see this in society, right? Like I think if you're somebody who looks like a Seth Rogen, how many times do you see a fucking Asian model, a Asian queen, so hot, walking with somebody who looks like Seth Rogen, wearing shorts, flip-flops, and like she is looking so good. He didn't even try, and they're like holding hands, and like I don't know what's going on with her. Like maybe there's like the whitewashing thing happening, but I don't even think that's it. I just think that like you just get certain things if you're like a regular white dude, and it's infuriating. Yes. It's like, do you even know who you're dealing with right now?
Do you even know
this
who
girl
this
could
is?
get anybody. She's so beautiful, and you are a 6.57.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, 6.57.
Yeah, yeah.
We should definitely make those T-shirts and hand them out to white guys.
You're a
You are a 6.57 tops.
But you know what I'm talking about, though?
Oh yeah, I mean, I dabble a little bit in Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
And you can be certain different races like elf or whatever or ogre or whatever the fuck it is, dwarf, and you can have like different like buffs and stuff like that to kind of like add on to your different things. Being like a regular white dude, you get +2 charisma like right off the bat.
Yeah. No matter what.
Asian dude, you get -1 charisma.
Yeah, it's like we're wearing like weights.
Yeah, you gotta be mad charismatic.
Yeah.
In order to be just charismatic enough.
Yeah.
You know, like you just get like a little. You gotta like work through it. That's why I feel sometimes. You know how Ken Jeong is a good example. You know, he's not a great looking dude, and he's kind of a dorky, guy. When he first came on the scene, he was like he played a doctor, which is like totally what society imagines, and he's very funny. He played a great doctor, and his energy is very strong. You know what I'm saying? Like his thing, he's like he's always like barking, doing crazy shit. And he, when he was on the WWE, he was like nuts, and I think that's because he's got to overcome the -1 charisma thing that society puts on him. Yeah. Because he's got to be like way over the top.
Yes.
For people to be like, oh yeah, he's funny.
Yeah. No, that's a great point, man. Another thing Hassan said that made me laugh on this is they're like they said you got a 1310 SAT. Is that true? And he's like, yes. Oh, yeah. And then he's like, and they were like, did you score higher than your wife? And he was like, yes. Like, how do you know that? And he goes, we're Indian. It's like an Indian thing. That's how we check up on each other. Or whatever. And I saw that and I was like, oh, that is so interesting because, yes, we can be like, let's decolonize our minds, but Asian people love grades. We love ranks and shit. I mean, look at me. I'm always checking our numbers. I'm always checking our podcast ranking.
Checking our numbers.
And I was just thinking about how like, I don't know if it's because I'm dating a non-Asian person, but Maria has never asked me for my SAT score, and I don't know her score either.
You know what it is? I think for a while it is like when you're younger, you are trying to like grade each other to see where you are like in the pecking order. Where'd you go to school? Blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
But now I think as you get older, it's like our little trauma number.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Where you can just be like,
tell
me what you got in your SAT. And you can be like, I got a 1250. And you like hug each other.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Your number doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
That's what
more than a number.
You are more than a number. That's what you want to say because like, we had this, me and my wife watched this clip. And then we were like, let's tell each other. We knew each other SAT number.
Yeah, I know, but you already knew because you asked each other at one point.
Yeah, we had asked each other because it's so important. And it's like something they tell you that's so important. Same with your GPA. It's like, what's your GPA? What was your GPA?
Yeah.
And I always try to instill on people that unless you're going to go to grad school, then it surely matters. But if once you're like 25, if you tell people your GPA just out of the blue, you're a psycho.
Yes. Yes.
It means nothing. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter, and it's so crazy because up until that age, it means everything, and especially for an Asian kid, you're just so concerned with it. Like you might as well, you're just that number and your SAT or whatever score for forever.
Yeah, I remember in college. This is when I was a senior. We were applying for jobs. There was a kid I met. We were comparing resumes, and he put his high school GPA and the name on his resume. And I was like, "Why do you have your high school on here?" And he's like, "Oh, because I went to a good high school or something." And I was like, oh, like you're still like holding the, I don't know, maybe it helped, but like I don't know. You went to Stern, like that's a good business school. You're fine, like But like there was, I don't think he needed to put it on there to get the job.
Yep.
But he clearly put it in there for himself.
It's such an important number that that's everything. Here, how about this? We can do that. What did you get in your SAT?
I can't tell you.
Really?
No, I can't tell you.
Why?
It's low.
See, that's your trauma. You're more than your SAT number.
No, I can tell you.
Okay, tell me.
I got a 1300.
Is that out of the 2100?
No. It's
1300.
Two subjects.
That's not low.
Yeah. Well, I took it 3 times.
I took it 3 times also. Yeah, I also took it 3 times.
It was all math. It was like.
Oh, you got like a really high math.
But it wasn't even high. I think I got like a 710 on math and like a like a 590 on reading or something.
Oh yeah.
It was like all math, dude.
You didn't have the essay portion at the time, also.
We did, but like we were told it didn't count or something.
Yeah. It was.
If
a
you
weird
count
thing.
that, I think it was like low 1800s or something like that.
Got
But
it.
like, yeah, that's not high at all. I mean, I thought it was high because I'm from Ohio. They're like, good job, and I was like, okay,
that's a fine score.
And then I came to NYU, and everybody was like, everybody's 21 at least,
Right.
But yeah, I remember feeling really weird about this. Is the first time I said this in public, so this is like a really big moment for me.
Just now,
dude.
I want everybody listening, go to our Instagram or go to Fumi's TikTok or go to my TikTok. Put down your SAT score. And we need to destigmatize low SAT score.
Yes. And but you know what's so funny? This could backfire because I'm sweating right now.
Because other people, because all of our fans are Asian, they all got like 22.
That too, but you know what they'll do? They'll be like, well, my super score is.
What's
you know what a super?
score?
I don't know what that was until I went to NYU. A
that?
super score is the combination of your best score. So let's say that you took it 3 times.
Oh.
It's the combination, because maybe you got like a high reading score the first time you took it, a little lower.
Now. That's like measuring.
People do super scores.
That's like measuring your dick, but also including your balls. Okay, come on now. Come on now. Don't do that. That's like saying you're actually 6 foot when you're wearing like really big shoes or something.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
accept the number. It doesn't mean who you are. It's, you know what I'm saying? Just put that down.
Yeah. Damn, bro, we overcame something today.
I got a 1390, by the way. So. My super score, I don't know. I don't know what my super score is. Here's another fun one before we close up. What would you give me looks wise out of 10? I'll give you 1 too.
No, I think you're very handsome.
Oh.
But that's the thing is like, I know that if Gina ever broke up with you and found a white man, well, she wouldn't do this because like she's very, I would say she's more decolonized than me and you.
Oh,
like,
I see. I can see that.
I like your wife because she's very like, she like knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And she's very, I don't know. Anyways, so especially when it comes to like romantic and dating stuff like that. But let's just say somebody who looked like Gina, like broke up with her Asian husband and then found a new white man. That guy will be a 6.57.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But you're like I would give you like, are we including bod or just the face? You gotta include the bod.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah.
I think you're like an 8.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right?
Man, this is such a straight guy energy.
You're an 8. You're more than just a number.
You're an 8.
Everybody, there's a joke that everybody thinks they're 7, you know? So if you give any number above 7, people are like, oh, thank you so much. Everybody thinks they're 7. That's really, the joke is everybody thinks they're 7, but in reality they're 6.
Yeah.
That's
good. Yeah. I think for you, okay, we'll break it up into sections.
What's my super score?
I think face-wise, you're just face alone, 7.5.
Thank you.
You're a good-looking dude. Also, you got really good hair. I think.
I'm losing it, but thank you so much.
I know you say that, but like it's just so thick. It's really important. Mm-hmm. It's so important later on. Trust me. That's why I work on my body because I'm just like I got nothing up here.
You're right.
So
super score. Yeah.
But you're kind of short, so that's kind of a problem.
It's a problem.
So then it brings your average down. Now you're like at a 7.
Yeah.
And I talk about this sometimes with other comedians. You walk around with this energy that you have a huge penis. And I think
big dick
you have
energy?
a big dick energy.
I do have big
that brings
dick
you back
energy.
up. Now you're an 8 again.
But I don't. But
but
the energy.
You look like you do.
If you're into energy, if you're looking to get pounded by energy.
You know what I'm saying? Energy for grading a guy, I feel, is kind of like the SAT essay portion. Does it count? Does it kind of count? Does it count? I don't know. It kind of counts. You know, it is important. So if you're into that, then it matters. And then you have an 8. Yeah, see, such a straight. We're both 8s.
We're both 8s. Oh God.
Anyway, so go ahead and put down your SAT score, and then hey, judge your best friend on how they look.
Yeah.
In the comments.
I love it. All I want for Christmas is my goo. Why are you laughing? I'm pouring my heart out into this Christmas song.
You ruined that song for me. You know, I can't believe it. I think maybe you should try giving another kind of gift. Maybe something like maybe some menswear, men's care stuff.
Yeah, you sure know what you're talking about. Whether you're treating yourself or shopping for someone on your list, finding the right holiday gift is never easy, but this holiday season, Hawthorne is making gift giving fun and simple. Hawthorne is a premium tailored personal care brand that's making it easy for guys to feel and smell their best.
You start with their quiz. They ask you things like, what's your favorite drink and how do you like to spend the night out? And then they take that information and they put together a little package for you. It's really easy. The quiz is really fun. It only takes like a minute or two to do. And then the products I got for myself are, man, so many things like deodorant and shampoo and skincare products because I'm a beautiful boy. You know, and then I also got to build personalized gifts for everyone on my list, including my dad, my uncle, a couple of my cousins. It's pretty cool because it makes a lot of the guessing easy, and then you get to have personalized gifts for them.
I'm so happy I'm on that list too. Hawthorne is a fun and convenient way to get super high quality products tailored specifically for men. Hawthorne even takes the risk out of it by giving you free shipping on your order and returns. And if you don't like their products, they'll even retailer them based on your feedback.
Get special offers for the holidays going on right now by visiting hawthorne.co. That's HAWTHORNE.co to check out their special holiday offers. Hawthorne.co.
All I want. We are back with our newest segment, Mismanagement Consulting.
What?
A new segment where Mike and I solve your problems using unofficial consulting methodologies. If you'd like to get in on this, please text or leave a voicemail at 917-755-9596. It's a fake number. I'm actually not going to answer it. So a lot of people have been calling and like leaving a 1-second voicemail because I think they're like testing to see if I'm going to pick up. I'm never going to pick up. Okay. So just go ahead and leave that voicemail. People have been emailing. You can also email us at AsianNotAsianPod@gmail.com, but we really prefer a voicemail because we want to play it on here.
Yeah.
And if you are afraid of like us disclosing your voice, I will put in like a effect if you don't want me to play your actual voice.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I could do that for you if you want to, keep your anonymous status.
Yep.
But we really like voicemails because it plays well in the show. So if you got a problem, recently we've been getting a lot of problems about like interracial relationships, cultural things. Does my boyfriend eats with his mouth open? How do I tell him to not do that? So it's been a lot of fun. So this week we got this question here that I really relate with because this is about like work etiquette.
Okay.
This man says, or it could be a woman. Hi, Mike and Fumi. This will sound like a ridiculous concern, I realize, but it is really making my work life a bit more difficult to bear. So I'm turning to you guys for any advice. Someone at my work wears an overwhelming amount of cologne/perfume that is very overpowering to me. Parentheses, it's not a bad smell necessarily, but my issue is the overuse of it, as the smell seems to linger for hours in the hallway or shared workspaces after they even walk past the space and makes it hard to concentrate because all I can think about is how strong the smell is and trying to think of ways to weaken the smell, like turning on the fan, but even the fan is only available in one specific area at my work. I'm not confrontational and I don't want to offend anyone or be this weird about it, parentheses, since I know they're just trying to smell nice, and part of it is me having too sharp sense of smell, so that's on me. So finally, my question is, should I continue to just suffer in silence like I have been doing for the past year? Should I change my job, or do you guys have any suggestions for me?
Yo.
Wow.
Dang.
He's thinking about leaving his job.
Oh, man. This is sort of, I assume this person is Asian because they were calling in.
Yeah.
But it may not be. But if they are Asian, this is a very Asian thing of just like, not making waves. It's crazy that like, something's bothering me. Better change my whole life. Better just change my job.
Like it's my fault.
Rather than go and do this thing. What do you think needs to happen here?
Well, the strong smell thing, I've dealt with this in the past. In this case, this person clearly has like perfume or Axe body spray or whatever it is. I remember when I was working at this ramen restaurant in college, there was a guy who smelled really bad, and I think it was like
BO smelling.
Yeah, and like I like told my mom about it one time. I was like 19.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who else to talk to.
Yeah.
I talked to my mom, and she told me that like in Japan there's like this. It's just a word, and I don't know if it's like an actual disease, but it's like people who have like really crazy smells from their armpits.
Yeah, yeah.
And you like cannot get rid of it.
Yep.
It's like, and it was sold to me as a medical condition.
Okay.
So then I felt really bad and I didn't say anything, but I do remember like I was extremely uncomfortable, but luckily like if he went away, the smell went away too.
Okay, so it didn't linger.
We weren't the same position. I was like making desserts in the back. He was like a waiter. So like we didn't really interact that much, but like, yeah, I didn't have the heart to say anything. I feel it's different than like, you know, I have confronted people in the past about like my roommates about like, hey, like you're not washing the dishes correctly. That's different than, hey, you smell bad.
Because it's like them and they can't really do something about it.
You know, it's like a natural organic thing. So like, I don't know. But I also think that like, because also you're like this context, right? You're at a company. So if you like, you know, this person could go to HR after you tell them about it. You know, there could be some serious repercussions.
Yeah, I agree. I feel the work thing is tricky. So this happened to me once at work. This is when I was like in college. And so, you know, it wasn't like a super serious like work situation. This dude I worked with was very smelly. And he was South Asian.
Smelling what way? BO?
BO.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, you know, he doesn't wear deodorant, which is, you know, maybe he's just a natural guy.
Yeah.
Just wants to do it.
Yeah.
I remember thinking like, man, this guy's real smelly. And what I did was like, I will introduce him to deodorant.
Oh.
So I went and
You bought him.
I bought him a deodorant. And I was like, hey, man, check this out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty ballsy.
It was pretty ballsy, but I was like, you know, maybe it's a gift. Hey, you know, maybe he like it. You know what I'm saying? And I remember giving it to him and him like, I think he like kind of laughed it off. I feel that he kind of was like, he didn't get uncomfortable or anything like that. And he was just, I don't think he was offended, but he was just sort of like, oh, this is weird, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember he was like, no, I'm not into that. I'm not going to do that. And I was like, okay, that's totally fine. You don't.
Oh, so he turned down the gift.
He turned down the deodorant.
Wow.
And I remember, and I think this is the key thing. I remember two things. A, he stopped smelling so bad later on. I don't know if it's because maybe he did start doing something or maybe he, you know, was just more cognizant of it. Or maybe I just didn't like think about it as much. That's really leads to the second thing. I felt better saying something. You know?
Oh.
So I felt better saying something.
That's
At least
very good advice.
He knew that you know what I'm saying? You can't bottle it up and quit your job because you don't, you know, you gotta like be able to say it.
Because to be honest, like, you know, there are a lot of stinky people on planet Earth, right? So he could change a job. And it's very possible he'll have a new boss with a new kind of body spray. And what he's going to just keep changing jobs.
You can't keep changing jobs.
There is something to the act of you know, by confronting this person, you're actually confronting yourself.
Oh,
guy,
shit.
right?
Damn, that's a mismanagement consultant. I mean, here's the crazy thing that I've been doing in the last 5 years. I've been honest. I used to lie constantly. I don't know if you ever do this. I used to lie.
It's called a white lie.
Yes,
right?
I used to do it all the time about why I didn't do something at work or why I forgot to do something, you know, for my wife or why I didn't do something for this podcast.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why do I do that? I should just be honest and just be like, I forgot or I ran out of time or whatever thing. And by saying it, it made me... It made it so that I didn't have that knot in my stomach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could just be like, hey man, I like that you try to do this, but I'm really sensitive to smells. You know, is it possible you could turn down? I mean, just say it out loud to yourself. Just try that and see how that feels. Get the word in your mouth. We do that all the time in comedy. In comedy, you got to say the joke. We get the words in your mouth.
Yeah, you say it like 1,000 times.
You say it 1,000 times,
Yeah.
and you don't. Don't
actually don't. You don't want to seem rehearsed.
Yeah, don't seem rehearsed. But just say it. Just say it out.
Tonight.
Just say it out loud and see how that feels.
Yeah.
Because it's really crazy. Because there's something about society that makes you wanna. That's like, don't tell people things. You know. Don't be honest with yourself about stuff, you know, like always be considerate of other people's feelings, which is fair. And you can do those things, but you got to also be like, you got to just say it. Yeah. You know, I want a divorce or whatever the fuck it is. I'm not happy about this job. Here's the thing too, is that I just said it just now. Hey, you know, and this person who's listening, hey, I'm a little sensitive to smells, you know, sorry. Is it okay if you take that, you know, just take down your perfume down a little bit? I like it, but just a little bit less.
Yeah.
even me saying that right now, that doesn't seem like a crazy thing.
No,
that doesn't sound.
You're right. You're not crazy.
Yeah, that doesn't sound insane.
You know what sounds crazy is you applying for jobs.
Yeah,
because you
say that out loud. Okay,
yeah.
So imagine you're at the next interview. Excuse me, why did you leave your last position? Okay, well, what happened is I was really happy at that job, but there was a guy who was really smelly, so I decided to leave. If you say that out loud, that's crazy. Don't do that.
You're right,
Just
dude.
be honest with this other person.
Yeah.
Try to be nice about it. Here's the thing: it might not change. Things might not change. Maybe this person, you're gonna have to sort of accept that. But at least you said it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What can you do?
Yeah, I mean,
what can
I think
you do?
You'll feel better about it, and I think saying it out loud is the thing. In fact, anytime you want to confront somebody about anything, you just say it out loud to see if it sounds ridiculous.
See if it sounds ridiculous.
And a lot of times, I think that you'll find that your solution to it, your non-confrontational solution to it,
is the ridiculous.
And I've had the same thing. Is like I've like considered moving out because my roommate didn't wash the cups the right way.
Yeah.
That would cost me thousands of dollars, but I was willing to do that.
Yes,
because in my mind it sounds
more reasonable than like hurting someone's feelings.
Exactly,
and you're really not trying to do that. So I mean, try that, or otherwise go ahead and get
that new job.
Get that LinkedIn Premium. And that's all I can tell you. That's a separate thing.
Okay, this has been Mismanagement Consulting.
Woo woo.
All right, everybody, that was our episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Again, please follow us on the Instagram. We're on there at AsianNotAsianPod. I'm also on there at TheFumiabe. That's TheFumiabe.
And you can find me on Instagram at Nice Pants Bro.
If you want more content from me and Mike, please go to patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod for more bonus content. If you give more than $5, you get access to bonus episodes, race news, weekly content, behind the scenes stand-up stuff. It's a good time. And you can honestly, if you're currently a Patreon person, please feel free to write on the wall. Tell us what you want to see, because we've been putting stuff out there. You might be hating it. Maybe you want us to talk about like something really, really fucking specific. Go ahead. Tell us what you want to hear. This is the bonus stuff is all for you guys. So we love you. So please come out to our Zoom comedy show. It's a stand-up comedy show on Zoom. The next one will be December 4th, 8 p.m. Eastern. Go to AsianNotAsianPod.com and click on See Us Live for tickets. Anything else?
I think that's it, baby.
I think that's it. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye. All right, folks, we are now going to give our Patreon shout-outs. If you don't know what we're doing right now, we always give a shout-out to our newest Patreon subscribers. So if you want to get it on it, go to patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod. And we are actually searchable now, Mike.
Oh, we are, yes.
I hit them up and I said, hey, we're not a porn, so please.
We're not a porn.
The guy was like, haha, I'm not sure why you got flagged.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha.
Racist, man. They're racist. They saw Asian.
I saw two beautiful skinned Asian boys and just assumed.
So please check us out on there. And if you give $5 or more, you get access to bonus episodes, weekly bonus content. We do a bunch of like extra race news on there.
Yep.
And we started putting videos of us doing stand-up and working out our bits and stuff. So
yeah, man.
It's if you want to see more of Fumi and Mike,
you like
shit,
some of this? You get more of this.
You get more of this. So definitely check us out. And now we're going to honor our new subscribers by guessing their ethnicity based on their last name. Here we go. First donor, DeMartin. No, N-O-U.
N-O-U. N-O-U. N-O-U.
First of all, DeMartin.
DeMartin.
That's as a first name?
DeMartin.
So D is like Spanish for day or of, right?
Like,
it's usually like a last name.
Exactly.
No.
Maybe it's a whole last name. DeMartino.
DeMartino.
In which case, I want to say Italian French.
Italian, yeah, no, N-O-U seems French.
DeMartino.
Yes.
DeMartino.
Italian France guy. Wow. How did we appeal? And this guy he subscribed for a whole year.
Well, those Italian French people, they're making that money.
You're right.
In the south of France. I don't know.
I actually think that
Merci de Martineau.
The Italian economy is doing quite bad. But hey, thank you so much. Thanks so much for supporting this podcast in America. Next we got okay, this is not even a real name. Disco Cloud Designs.
I think this is
like a company.
It's like a company.
A company.
Okay, where is this company based out of? I'm gonna say.
More importantly, what do they do?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably designs.
Let's see here. I'm trying to see what this little picture is.
Oh, his little thumbnail?
Is that little thumbnail? It looks
think
like
it's
an
a
oyster.
bird.
Is it a bird? It looks like an oyster. Okay, so some sort of fishing company has given us money, and this is very cool looking.
I don't think this guy is based in like LA, because somebody from LA, like this name is not that cool.
Yes.
You know?
No
But-
offense, Disco
No,
Cloud
no,
Designs.
please keep the money in here. But
Yeah. No, if it was LA, it would be called like a
Cloud with a-
it would be
Cloud with
called
a
like,
K.
Yeah, Cloud with a K.
Yeah.
And it sells boner pills. So this one, I want to say it's like Philadelphia.
Yes. that second tier city, baby.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Well, thank you so much for donating.
Thank you.
Company Asian. Okay. Last two, we got Ange Wong. Finally,
Hang, yeah.
an easy name to
Wong.
guess.
Yes.
This is Chinese.
Chinese,
and
baby.
Chinese people love, a lot of people come over here, they're Christian, and they love to name their kids like Angela and shit.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, you think that's what this short for?
I think so.
Okay.
Angela. What do you think it is? Angelina?
I think it's straight up just Ang.
Oh, you think Ang? Like, it's a Chinese name.
Yeah, I think it's straight up. The first name is Ang, like the fucking airbender.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Oh, it's spelled E, but yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh my God,
We got a
he's-
fucking. We got an
airbender Asian.
We got an airbender Asian.
Oh
in here.
shit!
Oh shit! Fire
thank you so
Nation.
much. I know
Yeah, all right.
the Air Nation is not doing very well economically. You guys have there's like 4 of you, so thank you so much for donating. And
Thank
lastly,
you very much.
we have Eli Adler.
Eli.
This is like a straight up normal ass Midwestern white name. Eli
Yeah, right.
Adler.
Right.
Is any relation to Dylan Adler? Is this like his brother or something?
That'd be cool.
I don't think it is. His picture looks very not Asian.
No, Eli Adler. This guy like was a nickelback on his team, on his football team, second string.
Oh, what's a nickelback? Is that a position?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't even
Yeah.
know. Adler though, for reals, is that a German last name?
Oh, I want to say it is.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, German. Hey,
Germans,
thank you so
hey.
much for donating. And guys, if you want us to give you a shout out on the podcast, please consider going to patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod and give us your money. Thank you guys.